Welcome back to season 6. This is episode 3. Kind of still trending the same direction we were when we had the last episode. We're sitting 5-5 right now. Kind of a weird season. We're 3-1 at home, but we're 2-4 on the road. So maybe it's our quarterback having a sophomore slump. Maybe there's something about being on the road that we just, maybe lack of composure or something. I'm not sure what it is, but sitting at 5-5 should be better than that. But there's still plenty of time to make the playoffs. Usually I have the schedule screen up, but I wanted to go ahead and put up the standing screen for today just so we can see where we're at. So the Chiefs are 8-2. They beat us twice this year. Once in the game that you've seen previously, and then once a couple weeks ago in the season. So, yeah, they've had our number this year. So they're the number 1 seed, also leaders of AFC West, AFC North. This is going to be wild card 1, wild card 2, AFC South, and then wild card 3. And then here's AFC East. So the Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots don't have to worry about a wild card right now. In fact, they're out of the wild card race. The only way they'd get in is the division race right now. The AFC North has 3 teams. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns. And actually, I think, don't quote me on this, but for some reason, I think only 3 teams from a division can get in. Again, don't quote me on that because I could be 100% wrong. So maybe the Steelers wouldn't be that 3rd wild card because they'd be the 4th team from the AFC North that would make it to the playoffs. But I mean, everybody here that's 5-5, so that's 6 teams right now that are currently tied for that 3rd wild card spot. Plenty of season left to go. We still have 6 games left. Anything can happen from these us 5-5 games or 5-5 teams, and even some of these teams up here that have more than 5 wins. Heck, even though we're sitting in the 3rd wild card spot right now, we're 3 games out of 1st place. So still, anything can happen. But yeah. We're playing the Titans right now, so going to compete for one of those wild card spots, I believe. Actually, no, they're the division leaders, so maybe we'd play spoiler and knock them down to where the Colts are if the Colts can win, but this doesn't have too much to do with our standings. But with that said, I think this is a Thursday night game, so a primetime game against the Titans. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully we win because we need some wins. Anyway, enjoy the game.
Tonight, from Oklahoma City, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Oklahoma City Nighthawks taking on the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Oklahoma City team as they enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
He hits his target, the tight end Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
It's a gain of
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down.
Off play action. David stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. A good position to be in here, second and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
3 on the play. And the tight
first down. David out to his left. He'll run it. And the Titans are in for 6 touchdowns. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
first down.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another
I'm going
chance?
to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
9-yard line.
The numbers for Jones last week, they just could not stop him defensively. Hit the 200-yard mark, went over that, but he didn't score one time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because normally when you have that kind of performance, you hit on a couple of big long runs, a 60-yarder, a 70-yarder. But for him, it was more like a 10 here, a 20 there. He spent the entire game just wearing down that defense.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Schwartz. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, Schwartz. Caught by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's
To throw on 3rd down, David. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
on the play.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier, taken down at the 43-yard line. 1-yard gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. David. This one caught by Davis.
David's pass complete to Corey Davis. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. David, he gets it to Brown, complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Off the play fake. David sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And a short gain down to about the 33.
The ball carried by number 28. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw on 2nd down. David, he'll buy some time right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down. David to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. We want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Schwartz. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They were backed up to start the drive. That aggressiveness, firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
2nd and 10.
At the looking to throw on 2nd down. Schwartz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw on 2nd down. Schwartz over the middle. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Titans 7, Nighthawks nothing.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
4-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground with Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tackle.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 9. Good for a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Off-play action. Swartz. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the play fake. Schwartz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schwartz is complete to Jones. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
8-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Tennessee.
On first down, Henry. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. David steps away. And he's going to keep it here.
The quarterback on the scramble. A gain of 21 yards.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, David. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
32-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
10. Nighthawks, nothing.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 is a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
The tackle made by Jay.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To throw on 2nd down. Schwartz firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Schwartz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
1st and 10.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Schwartz. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Titans' 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Schwartz.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The give is to Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Schwartz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Complete to Jones. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Down and 7.
From the gun, Schwartz. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds open coverage.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 24-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Nighthawks 3.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The quarterback sacked. A loss of 2.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, David, and caught by Henry. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again. Schwartz. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd and 2, Schwartz steps away to his left, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He completes it to Jones, and he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
At midfield. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle.
Schwartz is back.
Call it a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 39-yard line.
He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They come up short here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. On first down, David. He'll get this one complete to Davis. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. From the gun, David. They will find Davis. That's complete. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On third down, Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight, as that promises to be a tight one. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Gain of 9 brings up.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. A give to Jones. They're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Operating from the gun, Schwartz. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Schwartz. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. David. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, David. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down now. It's Henry.
Derrick Henry, the Titan ball carrier.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
1st down.
Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. They find some open field here. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Stopped short of the goal line. First and goal, Tennessee.
Looking to throw. David looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield.
It's now second and goal at the 1-yard line.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Nighthawks 10.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on them.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say we're negative sometimes.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
On the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
To throw on second down. Schwartz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
6-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down. Schwartz. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Back to throw. Schwartz. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The Lions move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, second and 10 coming up. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
A gain of 9.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his third and 1. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on third and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. on 1st and 10. Swartz. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. From the gun, Schwartz. His throw caught on the 6. Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the 1st half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd? And they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud.
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. David. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Oh, they can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary didn't really look close.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Swartz. He finds his target. It's Schultz. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Dalton Schultz.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Schwartz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st down, Swartz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Number 80.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
It is difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw on 3rd down, Schwartz. Incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
38-yard attempt.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Nighthawks 20. Titans 13.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
36-yard line.
The throw over the middle taken in. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Titans 1st down.
From the gun, David stepping up. He'll try and run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
2nd and 16. Operating from the gun. David rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Titans on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The third down pass.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanking the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Incomplete from the contact.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
On the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Swartz. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up
To throw on 2nd down. David throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, Schwartz. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Swartz. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They begin with Henry. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
Ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Henry. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
The tackle made. That is
facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone. They need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schwartz. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
To throw on 3rd down. Schwartz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. They'll try and run it. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, David. In trouble, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. David escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, David. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Schwartz. Now he's flushed out left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Taken down at the
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
3rd and 3.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
5 brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Schwartz. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you can hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the home team here, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
All right, so we won the game, which is nice. It wasn't exactly a pretty win, but it's a win. No touchdown passes out of our quarterback, so he continues to struggle this year. Our defense started out kind of slow, but they ended up shutting them down as the game continued on. We got great play out of our running back, Spencer Jones, who, if you remember, is a rookie this year. So it looks like he'll be a pretty good piece for us moving forward. And Tyler Shorts did throw for 333 yards, which means our receivers did their job, getting open, moving the ball down the field, giving us a chance to, at least kick a field goal or even punch it in. So, like I said, a win's a win. You don't accidentally win, I guess. You have to do at least something right, be better than the other team. But a 20-13 win definitely isn't a pretty one. So, I did forget to give you the updates as far as players that I re-signed or things that I've done at the trade deadline. So I'll do that at the beginning of the next video, which is actually going to be next week's game. So remember, this is a back-to-back. I think it's a Thursday night, this one. They actually said it was a Thanksgiving game. And then next week we have a Monday night game. So, yeah. Thanks for joining, and tune in tomorrow for that game. Have a good one.